Last episode, we were successfully able to defeat these bokoblins blocking our path to the Wind Temple, as well as the Rising Island Chain and the Wind Temple without being seen by a singular enemy. However, the hint I gave at the end of the video was just completely incorrect, the wrong dungeon, so that's on me. Anyways, if you're new here, please check the rules in the description as I wanted to push myself to my limits, and with that out of the way, the next dungeon we will be completing That's right, we're heading to Death Mountain, baby. But first, I could use a little snack. Link forgot to remove the feathers before cooking, come on. There are 2 reasons why I'm doing the fire. Oh, hey, a conveniently placed air balloon that we can't use because it's Impa. Speak of the devil, she's here and still wants me to progress her quest. We will get to that eventually, but first we must aid the Gorons in acquiring their fire emblem, aka the secret stone, by aiding them in their phenomena. Yes! So to Rosspro past Skyview Tower we travel in order to start our hike to the mountain. Wait, no, there's a lookout landing Skyview Tower that's so much closer. What was I thinking? Don't mind Link's pose. Wait, Link, this isn't even the tower. What are you doing? Guess we won't be using it to our advantage today. Oh, hi, Blue Tulin. Seems we'll be taking the longer and more tedious way to the mountain. Link, would you rather have 1 rupee or 2 rupees? Well, screw you. You only get 1 rupee. A little while further, we find ourselves at the Yamio Shrine, which unfortunately is a throwing tutorial. First shrine to the mountain, we can't even do it. Oh hey, Impa is here as well. How did she get here so fast? Continuing, we cross the Boneyard Bridge, find a Sepapa Shrine, easily complete it for the Light of Blessing, and pass the Rauru Settlement ruins, and reach the Woodland Stable, which houses the Ekuchiyo Shrine, which once more we can get an easy Light of Blessing. Oh my goodness, I am so thankful I followed this rock and got this chest. These rockets quite literally saved Link's butt out of a tight situation later on. Kind of. And with another conveniently placed skyrock on our path, Link rides upon its top for some goodies before using the height to his advantage to make his way to the Elden Canyon Skyview Tower. Link, what do you mean the door is stuck? Let me guess, someone left the baby proofing on, not allowing anyone short in size. But no worries, the roof conveniently fell off, and Link is really not that great at climbing. But he can, and as is his luck, while struggling to climb up, a rock conveniently falls nearby, meaning Link, once again, wasted time because he could, so ascending to the heavens once more, Link gets a few more not-so-goodies and very carefully enters the tower through the opening in the roof, finally turning off the baby-proofing, unlocking the tower for both fast travel and launching purposes. So naturally, we don't head to our destination and instead the island because Link is easily distracted, and no, this is not me projecting because I am the one controlling Link. Maybe. This island also serves no purpose other than to offer for a construct to have some home advantage to launch a surprise attack on Link whilst trying to do his own surprise attack. So Link gets his revenge by blowing him over with Tulin and dips before possibly being seen. Wait, so how did the Arakudas even see Link? Okay, so back to the ambush island it is, I guess. The Timawaka Shrine also proved to be an ease despite housing 2 constructs. Oh hey, look, some hot springs. Crap, there are Lizalfos. Okay, Link, do please be careful. And careful he was, somehow collecting this ore without alerting any of them while also escaping past this Wizrobe and these Arakudas. None of them even suspecting that there was an autistic creature running by. And then he got seen by wolves. Back to where he was before, Link starts tweaking for some reason. I mean, it is the year 2025, so tweaking kinda just happens at random. Paragliding past the world's largest ribcage from I don't even know, man, we finally land on the outskirts of Goron City. Its shrine, the Wheeled Wonder Shrine, brought back some memories from when this game first came out. I wish I remembered the name of the video, but there was this game journalist that was complaining how stupid the final puzzle was because he was moving 1 ball at a time instead of just doing this, the intended way to complete it. Man, I wish I could remember what it was called, but the Light of Blessing was free. Unfortunately, Goron is now victim of drug. Rhymes with grug. Heartbreaking. No, Link, you can't have any. That's bad. Stop looking for them. Oh hey, Yunobo, looking a little different, a little more, macho, evil? He looks like he'd watch funk edits in his free time, and I mean that in a bad way. And after confronting him about his drug empire, he dips, as he can't go to jail for a 4th time without being exiled from Goron City. So naturally we choose to chase him down, because drug equal bad and bad equal not good. Crazy, I know, but in an attempt to keep us out, turns the heat in his office all the way up to burn Link alive. Seems he'll even attempt to defeat Link in order for his empire to not fall. Rude. And just like Rito Village, Link is broke. So he must sell his kidney in order to afford just one piece of armor to not die of the heat. And we force Link to wear the most ridiculous outfit just because I can. Oh, Link could have bought the same piece of armor here. Well then, finally able to resist the heat, we can enter the Yunobo HQ office. Oh hey, it's Zelda. Again, talking to a drug lord, telling him how to make that. Wait a minute, Zelda's the bad guy? Okay, so Yunobo is willing to kill Link if it means his empire can stay standing. Yeah, Link, I think we gotta kill this guy. With kindness, we give him a chill pill to calm him down, of course, removing his ugly mask, which also turns him back to normal. Back to the no-drug empire Yunobo. Then he apologizes. You know what? It's all good, man. And now we're trapped in the cave with an ex-drug lord, his kids, and Link doesn't even know what's going on. Become a channel member. It's the actual best way to support the channel so I can keep making content for you guys. And we only have 1 channel member right now, so it'd be really nice if we could have more than 1 because that'd be really cool and very helpful. Yeah, Yunobo, that was weird. Must have been that I can't make this joke a 2nd time. So we slam his face into the wall to create an exit. For some reason, Yunobo wants to go to Death Mountain in order to not sacrifice us due to his mistake in becoming a drug lord. So what's the worst that could happen? But first, the Yunobo HQ East Cave. Why? Because there's a shrine here, of course. However, one tiny issue, well actually 2. First, being the Horoblins, which as the name implies, are horrible, as they prefer to stick to ceilings and caves, which makes them much harder to take out compared to the other monsters dwelling within caves. So using the power of bullet time, it makes it far easier to remove these horrible creatures from our path, but this was just step 1. There's a like. Using Yunobo didn't even help because of how wide he is, nor could I simply sneak by since it's facing the direction of the shrine. Distracting it also didn't work because it doesn't last long enough, so I needed a new plan, a plan more genius than all plans to ever be planned, using a rock. Now you might be asking, for what purpose? I'll mute the background music for this part. I was going to use the rock for cover, as believe it or not, this rock, despite its size, can block the like from seeing Link. Absolutely magnificent job, Link. And as for the shrine itself, oh no. A proving ground shrine. If you don't know, these shrines do 2 things. First, they take away all your gear from you, and second, they force you to defeat a set group of enemies to succeed. And I had to do this without being seen. I was filled with determination to do every single proving ground shrine I encountered without being seen by a singular enemy. And the easiest way to know if I was seen is if a health bar appears at the top. So what do? I spend nearly an hour in order to complete a single shrine, trying over and over, each time learning more and more on what I can and cannot do in order to triumph. Here is what you need to do in order to do this trial unseen. After grabbing all of the gear, sneak your way up and grab this bomb and drop it in order to blow it up. And after waiting some time, you can sneakily grab your loot. Patience is key. Then, if the constructs are far enough away, hug the wall and move on to sniping the bomb next to the construct and then immediately drop down, as there is a 50% chance a rusty halberd will be launched down between these walls. Sometimes it just doesn't happen, and why do we need it? We don't. It's just cool. Take the gear on the right up, then be very sneaky and hug the wall to remain unseen from the construct above. And with the right timing, set off another bomb in order to lower this one's health due to having more than the others, and just be careful when finishing it off. Now collect the loot from the second one that we blew up. Then for the long but easy part, stealth archering. This one only takes 2 things, arrows and patience, which is nothing new at this point. The candle allowing Link to take cover from its gaze. Now only 1 construct remains. I tried using bullet time to take it out as efficiently as I could, but alas, my aim was off. So I used bullet time again in a spot closer this time. And again. And after that, as well as an hour of experimenting, we were, in fact, able to prove ourselves in these proving ground shrines. We also got a magic rod, but the edit looks better like this. Not wanting to deal with the like after all of that, I fast travel back to Goron City to make things a tad bit easier for me. Now getting to Death Mountain was actually the easiest thing in this entire challenge, as once again, blessed rocks from the heavens above choose to aid Link in his unseen journey to save the Gorons and Princess Zelda. Now this move was a little murky, but allow me to explain why I do not count this as a flying machine. As the rules stated, they cannot be used in order to fly above enemies to make things easier. If I did not use this, I would have just paraglided down anyways and would have had to climb an extra 5 minutes. That's it. Plus the game already had it here laid out and said, here you go Link. So I feel as though this one is fine and does not break any rules. And using the wing, we can climb a little whiles up to reach the Sitsum Shrine. Now this one does house an awkwardly placed construct, however its childlike brain means it's easily distracted, so that's what Link does, then steals its flight in order to beat it unseen. We can save some time by using Ascend instead of climbing, letting us reach the top of Death Mountain and watch totally Zelda sacrifice herself. Wait, no, why would she do that? It summons the 4th-story boss, Moragia. And since it's a 4th-story boss, it will not count towards being seen. Once again, this flying machine is set here with the purpose for defeating the boss. So after giving it only 3 big booms, as it's ultimately a pretty mediocre boss outside of Spectacle, we can finally pursue what is probably now dead not Zelda within the Death Mountain Chasm. Wait, crap, my gear is gonna burn. Oops! Now that we can see, we set off into where we cannot see in hopes of seeing not Zelda. Or we would do that, but just like our Chud son, Yunobo starts hearing voices in his head as well, beckoning him to come to a location that's, unfortunately, quite the distance away in the pitch blackness of the depths. And with no other choice, except this is an open world game where you can do whatever you want, so I did have a choice, but due to already having a goal in mind, we head off. After gambling our life savings once again, this time giving us more materials that we will never use because not 20 feet later there's already a mostly pre-built car that is intended for us to use across the lava, which if you didn't get the idea by now, that's what we will be using to cross the lava, mostly. Link, do you even have a license? Why does he keep saying, why'd you do it? Link, what did you do? Are you committing Grand Theft Auto as we speak? Actually, where would Link possibly get his license within the land of Hyrule? Why are the evil devil children in the middle of the road? Yeah, let's not go that way, Link. Wait, Link, what are you doing? Now is not the time to go bowling. Look at what you did. Why'd you do it? Not going towards the evil children of the devil again, we drive across the lava. Can someone explain to me what exactly these Zonai wheels are made out of? Even lava doesn't destroy them. Okay, so Link had the fantastic idea of deciding to try to bring his car up with him up the side of the lava fall in the dark. But the game really wanted Link to not succeed in his endeavor to keep his transportation, not allowing him to ultra hand unless nearby the vehicle. Getting over it was, well, I'll show you. Back driving in his car, we can finally continue the pursuit of the strange voice and Zelda, and at this point I had already forgotten that we were here for Zelda, and Link has yet another genius idea. Instead of finding a normal way around, decides to just climb up. Wait, Link, your stamina! Oh my goodness, thank the heavens that there was a very slight protrusion from this wall. Otherwise, Link would have met his end. So after recovering his stamina, we can finally climb his way to the top. What follows was very smooth sailing up until we encountered a boss botw leading his pack just outside a light route. But due to their need to patrol, we have no issue waiting for an opening and using Tulin's Gust to boost us past without being seen, lighting up the area. And there it is, the Lost Gorondia rediscovered, aka the Fire Temple. Okay, so now I can confirm we have not one, but two people that need to be put on medication ASAP after we're done. Zelda wasn't even there, and if she was, no she wasn't. Oh, brother, here we go again. Yunobo, please, there's nothing there. There's just some mysterious flying rocks being attached to the ceiling. Calm down, it'll be fine. After all of our quite honestly really easy journey to get to the Fire Temple, allow me once again to guide you on how to complete this completely unseen. In order to complete this temple, we need to unlock all of the locks preventing the gate from dropping, meaning there are 5 puzzles for us to solve scattered about this labyrinth with a mixture of formidable foes dropped all about as well. Aw crap, more voices. With their locations marked on our maps, which I'm very glad they are, otherwise this would be even more of a hassle than it already was, we can finally actually start the Fire Temple. Alright, off to a great start, already perplexed. So I ended up using Ascend in order to get above the room to floor 3, then took a few minecarts to this Captain Construct, so returns to using literally anything as a wall so they can't see me strategy, letting us move on to... yeah... So we get building another minecart caterpillar in an attempt to cross the gap, but Link's social anxiety causes him to fall down back to the very beginning. Seems like we'll have to return to this one later, as Link, once again, got easily distracted and already changes course on which puzzle he wants to do first. This puzzle is where, once again, we encounter Death Incarnate the Like. Someone must have been having a terrible day when they decided to add this to Tears of the Kingdom. They wanted to make the worst possible enemy for a challenge like this and have the audacity to make it one of the only enemies to not have eyes that spots you the easiest. Simply going around isn't even possible. It's placed in such a way to where you either need to be absolutely silent in everything you do, or kill it in order to make progress. But you should know by now, I'll do almost anything but the easy way out. So I reset the temple. I don't know why I did that, meaning I had to deal with this construct again. But returning to the like chamber, I tried to be stealthy, this singular puzzle taking up a third of my footage for the Fire Temple. That's how stupid this was. Also, this construct was annoying. I tried using Ascend to possibly get above, I tried sneaking around, I tried bringing a water spout with me. Bye-bye! Okay, so this time I brought it with me and used it to make land and somehow got seen. How did it even see me? I'm on the opposite side of the wall that it's attached to. This left me with only one choice. I must find a way to defeat this like. Here's how you do it. Just shoot it with an ice fruit and hop down and wail on it with your weapon till it perishes, as it cannot spot Link while it's stunned, finally putting this moment in the past and letting us activate our first gong. While figuring out the second, I stumbled across these 2 constructs in minecarts, and got seen while trying to take them out. So maybe I'll just ignore them, what's the worst that could happen? Surprise. Oh, it's those guys. Well, I guess that leaves me no choice but to have to take them out. So using Link's superpower known as being short, he hides behind this conveniently placed Link-sized fence post in order to use a mixture of recall and arrows to take them out, opening up the path forward to move on unseen. However, another problem soon arises. 2 rocks with insane eyesight, somehow knowing Link is present before he even gets close to them. Here's what you need to do. Stop your cart and abandon ship. Now you're going to want to go down and around to avoid them at all costs, and proceed to climb up the wall to where they are and sneak across the bridge to not garner any attention from them, and voila! You can proceed normally up until yet another construct guarding for no reason. But since when was a single construct ever a problem? Letting us bonk the second gong. The third was me just basically wandering aimlessly and trying my best not to incinerate Link in the process until I stumbled across it, and due to no enemies being in the room, we slammed the third gong. and then we climb up all the way to the very top in order to glide down into the room holding the 4th gong, leaving only one left to be found, the one I attempted to start this temple off with. As for how I got it, I used another powerful maneuver known as not taking the minecart and using Tulin to boost me to the wall to climb inside, and with luck on my side, no enemies reside in this chamber, strangely enough, letting us hit the final gong, letting us open up the gate to the final challenge of the Fire Temple. Marbled Gohma, the scourge of the Fire Temple. The last obstacle standing in our path before I can say that I was able to successfully beat the Fire Temple without being seen, as bosses do not count due to being completely unavoidable. And after a struggle, and I mean a struggle, I was able to shatter the Marbled Gohma without breaking a sweat at all.
Secret Stone? Demon King?
And so Yunobo uses his magic words and inherits the Fire Emblem, allowing him to have a soulless duplicate of himself for zero good reason, and even better, his drug empire is finally shut down, letting all of the Gorons finally live free from the addiction once again, letting us complete the Fire Temple without being seen. As for the next temple,